Once upon a time, in a Sumi village, there lived a little girl named Nishali. She belonged to a rich family. In the same village, there lived a boy named Peo, who was poor. When they were little children, they would often meet up to play together. But as they grew older, they fell deeply in love with each other. They could not tell anyone about their feelings because their parents would not approve of their relationship. Peo would often think to himself, though Nishali and I love each other, and I want to ask for Nishali's hand in marriage, I am from a poor family, so her parents would never approve of our marriage. He could not share his grief with anybody. What he feared will surely come true one day, and he lived in fear of Nishali's parents rejecting his proposal. One night, when they secretly met each other, Peo came up with a plan. They were determined to keep their love alive. He said, Ansheo, tonight, when everyone is asleep, I will come and gently knock at your bedroom door. Will you gather your things and be willing to follow me wherever I go? To that, Nishali said, yes. So he told her, all right, then gather all your important things and get everything ready before you sleep tonight. Saying that, he left. Little did they know that a sneaky old man named Kutpa was listening to their conversation. Kutpa was a bad person and liked to do bad things. That night, Kutpa went to Nishali's door. He made sure to dress like Peo and tapped on Nishali's door just like Peo was supposed to do. Thinking that it must be her lover Peo, Nishali gathered all her belongings and happily went out. Kutpa did not utter a single word and took hold of her hand, pulling her in a hurried gesture, and left. She followed him up and down the hills, thinking it was her love. They traveled a long distance, and Nishali was tired. Thinking it was Peo, she said, let us make a small bonfire. We will warm ourselves and continue on our journey. But Kutpa did not want to stop until they had crossed the border of their village. So he simply replied, wait, and carried on walking. Nishali got a little suspicious because he did not sound anything like Peo and got a little scared, but still continued to follow him. Once they had crossed the village border and walked deep into the forest, morning came and it was bright. Nishali immediately realized that it was not her lover Peo, but Kutpa she had been following all this time. Kutpa pulled Nishali and tried to convince Nishali. Marry me, he said, I will keep you very happy. But Nishali only loved Peo and refused his proposal. She was so surprised and started crying uncontrollably. Kutpa tried his best to console her, but failed. So he got angry and tied her to the tree, killing her with a knife before heading back to the village. Nishali's blood fell on the ground, surrounding the tree, but something surprising happened. A beautiful flower grew from her blood, and it became a symbol of her sad story. One fine day, Peo was hunting with his village mates. While chasing the wild animals, he came to the same tree where Nishali was killed. It started to rain heavily, so Peo and his friends took shelter under the tree Nishali was killed at. To their amazement, the flower only protected Peo from the rain. His friends tried to stand where Peo was, but the plant only sheltered Peo. When the storm stopped, before heading back to the village, Peo stood under the tree, wondering why the plant only protected him. He took his spear and cut a small portion of the flower and tucked it behind his ears. That night, when he was fast asleep, he dreamt of his lover Nishali. She appeared to him and said, because of Kutpa, we could not be together. Even when there were many of you, I sheltered you from the rain. Why did you hurt me? Check behind your ear and your spear. The next morning, he woke up, shocked. When he checked his spear and his ear, he saw there was a lot of blood. He realized that the plant that protected him was Nishali. Peo felt very sad when he learned the truth. Then he grieved, saying, Oh, my love, Nishali, even after death, you still think about me. Not very long after, Peo became very sorrowful. He could not bear the pain and died soon after. The flower that bloomed through Nishali's blood came to be known as Anche flower, to remember the tragic love. Even today, you can find the special flower in the forests of the Sumi regions.